Hello, my fellow patriots. I am fighting my way through this internet thing. Um, this time I decided to go live, and it decided that I was going to wait until my internet updated. So I'm going to have to get in my settings and reset that update time. I'm still working on trying to get Belinda in here. Mr. Will, Fred, hey, good to see you. Hi, Ashley. Um, Still trying to get this thing going here. I'm trying to get Belinda on the line, but I got everything ready to go, hit go live, and then my computer decided it was going to, or my internet decided it was going to reset. So now I'm dealing with something telling me that I've got a low connection, but I am on here. I don't know if I'm going to get Belinda on here or not. Hey, Shonda, Tony, how you guys doing? um, anyway, this is going to be the story of my life. That in order to do my live shows, I'm going to have to fight the computer demons. I've realized that that's going to be how I keep going. I just have to fight my way through it. My audio and everything sound okay? Am I coming through clear enough? Hey, Jervis. Common Sense with Elizabeth. How you doing? Good to see you. Um, you guys just bear with me for a minute. I am still trying to get Miss Belinda on here. I've never tried to do anything like this while I'm in the process of chatting on the microphone, but it's just unbelievable the headaches that come with trying to get this live show going on these streaming programs. And right now it's not going to let me connect with my Skype, so it's a little frustrating. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started on some of this. It looks like I'm not going to be able to get Belinda in this one. I'm not sure. It's a computer thing. Let me get my volume turned up a little bit here, see if that's a little better. Um, Good to hear it, Shonda. Glad you're doing okay. Ski Man, aka Skin Man, how are you? It's good to see you. All right, so since I'm again coming on late, if I was in the media industry and came in 15 minutes late, they would throw a stationary camera at me, and those things are not light. But anyway, we're not too worried about it because most of this is informal. It's just getting a group of friends together and shooting the booze yet. So anyway, I wanted to start today's show. This is episode 7 of Inside Veterans Affairs. Um, it's just killing me that I can't get Miss Belinda on here with me though. Um, I'm just before I get going, I do want to announce we're going to give this another shot on Thursday evening, and we're going to be going live at 5 o'clock Eastern time. Uh, that'd be 4 o'clock Central time. We're going to be doing a show together called "Who Really Owns America." It should be kind of interesting because there's a lot of things that people don't realize. A lot of countries own stuff in this country that, frankly, they shouldn't. And we just have to expose some of that. And maybe that'll make a change. Maybe it won't. But our job is to try anyway. So that'll be Thursday night at 5 Eastern, 4 Pacific, 4 Central. Easy for me to say. Yeah, like China, Ashley, exactly. A lot of the seaports are actually owned by China. So, yeah, we're going to be going over a lot of that on Thursday. And I'm going to reset my stupid internet router so that it doesn't decide to do its updates at 6 o'clock in the evening on Sunday, which is my time, because that is exactly when I hit my go live. Great dirt bag. Good to see you, brother. Glad to have you on here. I'm getting a whole band back together. JC, Fred, how are you? JC saying Fred. Okay, got it. All right, so let's go over a few things here. I wanted to start today's show off with a little bit of gleam of light. Kind of nice to have good things happen once in a while. Excuse me. Remains of sailors killed in Pearl Harbor attack come home. Now, the headline is a little interesting on this one because I thought that in Hawaii they were home, but then I got to thinking Hawaii, I don't believe, was declared a state until 1950. So during the entirety of World War II, it was still a territory. Okay, get that out of my throat. So it's interesting that they're calling it they the people victims of the attack are going to come home. So I mean the headline is interesting on that one, but anyway, so we got some World War II vets coming back to the mainland, so that's the primary good news. And another one, remains of 22 service members killed 76 years ago in the Battle of Taharwa, Japan, returned to U.S. soil. So we're getting our people back, and that makes a real big difference to me. Um, I want to get these people home, get them resting where they should be, and let families have some closure as well. Uh, oh, thank you. Appreciate that, Dirtbag. Yeah, I got. It's kind of funny. You get these patriotic shirts, but you have to do it by way of a grocery store. These, even down here where I live, Dirtbag, you want to promote channels? Okay, my stage hand just gave me that thing, because she's keeping an eye on my chat. Yeah, I'm all in favor of promoting channels. You guys talk amongst yourselves, help promote each other. I am not selfish. I'm not in this alone, so I have no reason to worry about promotion. But yeah, just whatever you want to do. Um, okay, so that was the opening of the good news, to get us started. Anyway, I've gotten some going to my Office of Public and Intergovernmental Affairs page. There has been no new articles to speak of for the VA. Um, the most recent articles are like the 39th National Veterans Wheelchair Games showcases veterans athletic spirit, and that was from July the 11th through the 16th. So that's their newest one. If you find some YouTube videos on that, you might check them out. See how the military guys can run a wheelchair, because some of these guys can get pretty aggressive with it. It's pretty cool to watch because the wheelchairs don't slow them down. History B, hey there, good to see you. Who else we got on here? I might need to zoom this thing in. Deplorable Bobby, hello sir, how are you? Good to see you. Uh, let's see, DJ, something rather. Mike, DJ Mike TV, good to see you. Tam J, all right. We definitely got the band back together here. We got everybody. So anyway, so there's no new articles either on this my news release. That's kind of disappointing. I wonder what's going on when they get silent about veterans issues. I always kind of think what's going on in the background, what's getting ready to drop. Uh, Also, what conflict is coming. Get rid of that. Anyway, where were we? All right. So, one thing I want to go over is we've had a lot of these natural disasters, and some people have been put out. There's been a lot of flooding. I mean, a very extensive amount of flooding to the point where there are shortages in some locations for canned foods and dry goods. That's not good. So you guys, you need to take that and pay attention to it. You need to be stocking up on your food stuffs because we are going to be facing a significant shortage because millions of acres just can't be planted this year. Um, hey, Michelle, welcome. Thanks for coming. Um, anyway, so one of the things now is that there are programs out there specifically for veterans for disaster recovery. Um, Not to say that nobody else deserves extra attention, but specifically in this program, I talk about veterans issues. So they do have a program through the DAV, fulfilling our promises to the men and women who served. They have programs in place to help veterans specifically, and you can pretty much look them up www.dav.org, Veterans Outreach Programs, Disaster Relief, and you can go into the different headings and see if you're qualified for the recovery program through the DAV or what you need to do to qualify. For example, it says criteria to be eligible for DAV disaster relief draft and supply kit for an isolated or large scale disaster, which is limited to one per family per disaster. The following criteria must be met. The applicant must be an ill, injured, or wounded veteran or the spouse thereof, same in the same household, or surviving spouse and recipient of death compensation or dependency and intermediary compensation, or a surviving spouse of former prisoner of war, or a surviving spouse of an ill, injured, or wounded veteran whose life was lost in the recent disaster. So the the programs are for looks like for food assistance and for uh, recovery aid. Um, anyway, so you want to get on that. You want to look at that if you think you have a qualification or criteria that would help you get some assistance through the DAV. I'd recommend you do that. Um, I want to open this up so I can maybe see my chat just a little bit better, because right now it is kind of small. Um, let's see here. All right. So, man, I wish I could get Belinda on here. It's so much more fun when I have somebody else to talk to with this. But let's see. Another one I opened up here was IC Files, and it says disaster relief funding expanded benefits for neglected Vietnam veterans and bipartisan reforms for the IRS. The headlines on some of these are just kind of like, what? You gotta just kind of take your guess at what they mean. National Flood Insurance Program Extended Act of 2019, S 1693. This bill reauthorizes the National Flood Insurance Program, which was set to expire on May 31st, uh, through June 14th. The bill was introduced by Senator John Kennedy, Republican, Louisiana, on May 23rd, passed the Senate and the House in 1 week, and was signed into law by the President on May 31st. In additional supplemental appropriations for disaster relief, Act of 2019, H.R. 2157, this bill adds $17.2 billion to the year's budget for supplemental emergency funding available to many federal departments and agencies for expenses related to wildfires, hurricanes, volcanoes, earthquakes, typhoons, and other natural disasters. In other words, everything is happening in our country right now. The supplemental funding basically extends the National Flood Insurance Program until September 30th, at which point Congress will have to reauthorize the program. The bill was introduced by Representative Nita Lowry, Democrat, New York, on April 9th and signed into law by the President on June 6th. So anybody who says, oh, he's not working with the Democrats, they're idiots, because the Democrats are the ones not working with the President. He will get things done if it helps the people. If it's stupid programs that are just designed to take out the president or whatever, of course he's not going to work with him on that.